And we're just about going live. I'm just going to bring this card on screen. Just give me a moment. Okay, today's topic is the best time to go live. I'm just waiting for the feed to go through to YouTube, and we'll be with you. Yes, we're okay. I think we're okay. I'm going to continue. Yes, we're live. So we're live, and I'm going to come back to me. Okay, so we're live on YouTube. Welcome. It is 10 a.m. Eastern. It's 3 p.m. in the UK. This is Stephen from wonderful Wiltshire in England on OneStream Live, which is there. So broadcasting from OneStream Live on the OneStream Live YouTube channel. Now, today's topic is a very important topic. We're talking about, scroll down here and bring this full screen. We're talking about the best time to go live. We're going to reveal some data in relation to that. And we're going to talk about basically maximizing your audience and engagement, because you work hard to bring an audience in. And we're going to take that step by step. I do have an agenda. If I add this to the stream, which is here, and bring it full screen. Okay, what we're going to be talking about today is the introduction, which is what I'm doing now, our best times to broadcast, and then we're going to move on to viewers' best times on social media platforms. We're going to look at all the major social media platforms. Know your audience. This is key to being successful on live video, is to actually know your audience and know when they're going to be watching. However, there is one very important part of every single broadcast, and that is the content and the preparation. Before this broadcast today, I actually prepared, and hopefully if I go here and scroll over here, okay, I actually prepared before the broadcast today. Putting an agenda together is key. Okay, so I got the agenda, and we're talking about broadcast content and preparation. Then going on to promoting the event, boosting engagement whilst you're live, broadcasting metrics, in other words, the figures that tell you how well you did. And then we're going to talk about mums on stream. And just to talk about mums on stream for a second, this is a competition from OneStream Live, and the competition is here. Okay, it's for Mother's Day, it's for the 12th. That's the cutoff point. Basically, if you create content and you talk about yourself, you tell stories. If you tell stories using OneStream Live, either from the desktop, you can make Mum's Day very special, because there's prizes to be won if you broadcast on OneStream Live and use the hashtag MumsOnStream. Full details are in the OneStream Live Facebook group and on the OneStream Live Facebook page. So you can find out more simply by looking for that graphic. And I'll just show you the graphic again so you memorize it. Okay, so the graphic is here. It's make Mum's Day special with OneStream Live. Use the hashtag MumsOnStream and tell a story. And it doesn't have to be a complicated story. It can be a story about OneStream. It can be a story about you, a story about your business. Basically, what you're doing is promoting two things. One, your business, and two, OneStream Live. And OneStream Live will be grateful for everybody who actually enters, and there are prizes to be won. Okay, back to today. And today we are talking about, if I bring this up on screen, and I can slide that over there. This normally works, okay. Or I put it full screen. That's probably another way to do it. Okay, we're talking about broadcasting content preparation, promotion, boosting engagement, broadcasting metrics, and Mums on Stream. Now, the first topic I've put in there is our best times to broadcast. I'm going to come on in a second or two to the best times to broadcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I'm going to give you an indication of the best times at the weekend and the best times on weekdays. But you're guided by basically when you can broadcast live. You shouldn't be driven by the clock, because we live in a 24-hour-a-day world. And whilst this is broadcasting out at just after 10 o'clock Eastern, it's 3 p.m. my time. So I've got a 5-hour time difference. Be aware of time differences when you're broadcasting. If your target audience is in America, then broadcast to American times. East Coast, West Coast is 3 hours further ahead. Just bear that in mind. If you're broadcasting to the West Coast and you're based in the UK, then you need to allow for 8 hours. The times I'm going to show you are all based on Eastern time, because that's basically, I've been broadcasting now for years, and I actually broadcast to Eastern time. So as far as I'm concerned, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. But we're in control, and it's no point, basically you should go live when you decide, when you're at your most comfortable, when you're at your best. Okay, some people are best broadcasting early in the morning, okay, or in the afternoon or in the evening. Play to your strengths. This is your broadcast, and whilst I'm giving you guidelines as the best time to reach your audience, remember that you are a key ingredient. And I just give you for instance, I would not broadcast at 10 o'clock at night, because 10 o'clock at night I am hardly awake. So that's the sort of thing. Make sure you're awake and you're up for it and you're ready to talk. Okay, because the worst thing you can do with a broadcast is not have the energy to push the broadcast through. Your energy is what drives the broadcast. Your energy is what brings people into the broadcast. Your energy is key. So please do take into account your own needs when you are broadcasting. Second point, I'm going to come back to all these, is the viewers' best times, which may or may not be your best times. So basically, let's take a close look at this. I'm going to bring this on screen, and this is it. This is basically for every broadcast that you see on OneStream Live YouTube channel, either from myself or from DJ. We all do our research. So this is what you tuned in for. And these are the figures. So I'm going to read through this once. I'll go through it 2-3 times during this broadcast. But on YouTube, if you want to reach the best audience, then you want to be broadcasting on weekdays, late afternoon or evenings between 4 and 8 p.m. Eastern. Weekends, Saturday morning and Saturday evening are the best times on YouTube. So those are the key times broadcasting to YouTube. Late afternoon and evenings during the week, 4 to 8 p.m. And weekends, it's Saturday morning and evening. And I'm just going to go side by side here so you can actually see me, so I can actually prove I'm still here. So I'm going to drag this across, and there you can see it. So you've got me and you've got the card. So I'm actually reading the card, as you can tell. Okay, so that's YouTube. Facebook. Facebook, best time to broadcast on Facebook is mid-morning. That's 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern, or early afternoon, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Now you begin to notice now that different platforms have different best times. Their audiences are not all online at the same time. And basically you have to decide where you're going to broadcast to. Where's the major place that you broadcast to? Is it Facebook or YouTube or Instagram? Or is it Twitter? Or is it LinkedIn? And we'll come to those now. Okay, Instagram. The best time to post and broadcast on Instagram is between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. lunchtime. So people are actually browsing Instagram over lunch. That's when you want to reach out to people. That's when you want to engage people, because if they're having lunch, they're relaxed. Okay, so, and then again on Instagram evenings between 7 and 9 o'clock. So people get home from work, they have a cup of tea or a glass of water, and then they will surf, and they will surf Instagram between 7 and 9 p.m. Especially Thursday evening. Apparently Thursday evening on Instagram is a very popular time. So all these times are Eastern. So between 7 and 9 p.m. on Instagram, weekdays. At the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, Saturday morning and early afternoon are good, and so are Sunday evenings. So those are 3 times at the weekend: Saturday morning and early afternoon, and Sunday evenings. Twitter, broadcasting on Twitter is a thing. I quite enjoy broadcasting on Twitter. On Twitter, best times are weekdays, late mornings between 11 and 1 Eastern, or Sundays between 5 and 9 Eastern. And then at the weekends, Saturday morning and afternoon, which is similar to Instagram. Saturday morning, afternoon, Twitter and Instagram have in common. And remember, these are the times when there's most traffic on these websites, and that's the time to actually go there. So Twitter, Saturday morning and afternoon, and then LinkedIn. Now, this is important. If your message is a business message, LinkedIn is the platform to broadcast on. Yeah, Facebook is fine. All the others are fine, but for business, LinkedIn is the business platform. In other words, people go there to actually transact business. People on LinkedIn are more likely to buy into your ideas, and if you sell them convincingly, they may take you up. Your LinkedIn, and it's counterintuitive, but LinkedIn is a great place to actually sell and make money, to sell ideas, to sell causes, to sell product. But you have to broadcast at the right time. Now, as far as LinkedIn is concerned, the right times are as follows. So let's go here. The right times on LinkedIn are midweek, Tuesday to Thursday. That's between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. and early afternoons between 1 and 3 p.m. So the point that's being made here is that Monday and Friday on LinkedIn are quieter. So you actually want to target your broadcast to go live Tuesday to Thursday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern, or early afternoon between 1 and 3. So, and then here's the kicker. It does say there weekends. Weekends on LinkedIn have a lower pickup rate because basically, just give me a second. Basically, weekends, people switch off from LinkedIn. It's not a time when people are actually surfing LinkedIn looking for things. So broadcasting at the weekend on LinkedIn, you will find an audience, but you won't find the biggest audience on the weekend, is what we're saying. Now, I've got to put a rider in here. The information I'm giving you is from my research with help from, I'm going to put my hand up here, with help from ChatGPT. And basically, these are taken as being the most popular times across the major social networks. But as we said earlier, basically when people are actually watching your broadcasts. So I'm not saying don't broadcast outside these times. What I am saying is bear these times in mind when you are scheduling a broadcast. So let's go through that again. We've got 5 different platforms, and unfortunately, they all have different points of the day when they are active, at their most active. Now, it's not to say that you shouldn't broadcast at other times, but if you broadcast at these times, then you're more likely to find a potential audience. I think that's what we're saying. So let's run through that again. YouTube, you can find that people there on late afternoon and evenings between 4 and 8 p.m. And I'm going to take that off solo so you can see me again. So late afternoon and evenings, 4 to 8 p.m. on YouTube, and weekends and Sunday evening. Outside those times, it's not the maximum audience. Those are the best times to broadcast. On Facebook, Facebook is different. Facebook is great on weekdays between 9 and 12 p.m. Eastern, and in early afternoon between 1 and 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, and weekends, Sunday afternoon and Sunday evenings. So what we're saying there is that broadcasting on a Saturday will get you an audience, but not potentially your biggest audience. Instagram live broadcasting, which you can do from one stream. Lunchtime between 11 and 1, evenings between 7 and 9, and then especially Thursday evening. So on Instagram, Thursday evening is a time to actually broadcast live. And then on weekends, Saturday mornings and early afternoon, and then Sunday evenings. Now, what I'm going to do with this card, I'm going to publish it along with the video so you can actually refer to it. I know it's a bit small now, which is why I'm reading it out, but these times can act as a guide for when to actually go live. On Twitter, Twitter is a great broadcast medium. Thing to be aware of, though, is if you go live on Twitter, the replay will not be there. Okay, in my experience, I can go live with this broadcast, for example, and when I've finished, it's not archived. Okay, Twitter are not supporting recorded video. Okay, well, short recorded video, but not long for this. And then on LinkedIn, weekdays are busy, midweek, Tuesday till Thursday. We're saying that basically people are back to work on Monday, getting ready for the weekend on Friday. Tuesday to Thursday are the target days, and 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then early afternoons between 1 and 3, and then weekends have lower engagement because people are out and about doing park run, doing the gardening, doing shopping, doing all sorts of things, because LinkedIn, of the 5 networks that we've talked about, is the business network. Okay, so you can tailor your times to suit the network. Now, if you want to concentrate on one network, primarily on one network, with OneStream Live, what you can do is get the right time and broadcast to that network at the right time. You can also broadcast to every other network, the other 4, at the same time, because you're on OneStream Live. We can multi-stream so easily, up to 45 destinations. In this case, I'm talking about the major 5 destinations. And there's no reason not to. I'm not saying don't go live. I'm saying target a particular network at a particular time. So I'm going to come back to those times later. I will be showing the times as a card on major social networks. So let's come back, and we'll come back to where we started, which is here. And I've got one eye on YouTube. I can still see everything is working good. And I'm going to bring this over here. Okay, I'm just going to close a tab. Just give me a second. Okay, and work here. So, viewers' best times on social media platforms. We've been through the major 5. We've talked about YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and the one that you'll remember. Okay, so we've talked about 5 major networks. Now, every network has its different times. If you go and you do a Google search, you'll find the best times. ChatGPT is great. If you go to ChatGPT and say, when is the best time to broadcast on LinkedIn? You'll get the answer that I've just given you. Okay, now, knowing your audience. The thing is that when you get to know your audience, it's important. We all know who watches our live broadcasts. We know the friends who watch our live broadcasts. We know the numbers who watch our live broadcasts. There are metrics on every single website, be it Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. We get all the metrics that we need to guide us. Okay, now if there's a possibility here of doing A and B testing. Test A and then test B, compare. So if you're broadcasting on LinkedIn using OneStream Live, then go live at the times that I stated. Don't go live at the weekends, go live in the mornings and afternoons on LinkedIn. Test the morning and test the afternoon. Compare the results to find your best. Yeah. You can come back at me and broadcast on a Monday and say, I've got the best audience ever. I don't mind that at all. All I'm doing is giving guidance. I'm not saying these things are actually written in stone. But target your main network where all your followers are, and then broadcast live through the networks at the same time. But there is a thing here, and it's a big thing, and it's to a certain extent as important as broadcasting at the right time is broadcasting the correct content. Okay. The topics on different networks, you set them to suit your particular audience. So on Facebook, anything social will go. On LinkedIn, people are looking for business. On Instagram, they're looking for something which is attractive. Yeah. Everybody's looking for different things, but your responsibility as a live broadcaster is to produce content which is informative. We always like to learn. Yeah. So informative content. It's got to be engaging. And I'm going to come back to engaging later. It has to be engaging. It's got to draw people in. Yeah. And entertaining. We are here, after all, we're in competition. Yeah. As live broadcasters, we're in competition. And we're in competition, believe it or not, with Netflix and Amazon, other people on YouTube, other people on LinkedIn. The competition is fierce. We have to carve our own niche. We have to do our own speciality. And on Amazon Live, for example, I broadcast about broadcasting equipment, so about cameras and microphones, and that works well because people know that I'm the camera and microphone man. In fact, lights, camera, action is what people come to watch. Get known for a particular topic and do research. Yeah. The worst thing that you could do is to find the best time in the world and then deliver subpar content. The thing is, over the last 8 years where we've been live broadcasting, the bar has been raised and the quality of content now has to be at such a level to inform, entertain, and engage. And it has to be high quality. That's why I use the OneStream Live Studio, because I can bring in, if I go over here, I can bring in, I just add this to the stream and go here. I can bring in images to actually break the flow and to enhance the flow. So I'm able in my studio to use images, which is brilliant. The other thing I'm able to do is I'm well known for green screens. So I can talk about green screen and green screen software. And because I've got the green screen software, I can totally change the way I look green. And what you're doing is creating content, visual content that people want to watch. Even though it's a talking head, just you can, using background removal software, make it interesting. And you should go the extra mile for every broadcast that you do. You should make it interesting. And if the picture's got a story, then all the better. This photograph was taken on Sunday at a local garden, which we go to. And it used to be an industrial estate. And it's the Holt Garden. And it's been totally, well, it's now an English country garden. And I was just fortunate to actually take this photograph and get the reflection of the bridge in the water. There's not two bridges there, there's a reflection. And I love photography, and I love using the photographs in my backdrops. I'm very fortunate in terms of the quality of the production. I have Barry Loxton in Sarnia in Ontario is a great friend, and he sent me 20 images I can use in live broadcasts. Yeah, this is all possible. If you know a photographer, you can say to them, look, I'm going live on a broadcast, and I would love to actually show your photographs whilst I'm live. And it's a win-win situation because you're getting something which will spice up your broadcast, and they're getting recognition. So this is Barry Loxton from Sarnia in Ontario, photographer, good friend of mine. We go back about 6 or 7 years since the days when David Burrows used to broadcast, well, on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, everywhere. Okay, so do make sure that your content engages, entertains, and informs. If you don't get the content right, it doesn't matter what time you broadcast. Get the content right. Bring people in, engage them. Be ready to broadcast. Yeah, I would never. There are times when I don't broadcast, incredibly, and the times that I don't broadcast. Just let me come up here. The times when I don't broadcast are when I'm ill. Okay, because basically I've got to be honest here. Nobody wants to watch somebody on live video when they're not well, unless you're talking about a particular illness that you're suffering from. The second time is when you're tired. As I said earlier, I would not broadcast at 10 o'clock at night because I'm just not awake. I'm not ready. I'm not up for it. And there is a third time when I wouldn't broadcast, and that's when, rare occasion, I've had an argument with somebody, and you should never go live when you're in a bad mood. Okay, those are my tips. So, not when you're tired, not when you're ill, not when you've just been arguing with somebody. Don't do it. Okay, let's go back to the agenda, which is guiding us through today's broadcast. If you've got any questions at any point during this broadcast, then please do ask. Okay, so we're talking about content preparation, and you should prepare for every broadcast that you do. It is so important that you are at your best, that you're in the zone, that you're talking about something that you know a lot about, and you're imparting useful information. So getting the time right is good, but getting the content right is also important. Now, no matter what time of day you go live, you should promote the broadcast. Now, in terms of this broadcast, which I'll just remind you, you are watching Stephen. Okay, let's go here. You are watching Stephen. I'm just going to go here as well. You're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England, broadcasting on the OneStream Live YouTube channel. We're talking about the best time to go live. I talked about the data and basically told you about the platforms. I'm going to go through that again. As I say, at the end of this broadcast, I will publish my findings as part of this, because one of the things is, this being OneStream Live, at the end of the broadcast, this recording goes out to 19 social media sites. That's the beauty of OneStream Live. That's the other thing. Going live is brilliant, but if you've recorded the best evergreen content, do consider replaying it. With OneStream, you can replay it as live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, and your website. You can replay it. Okay, commercial break. As I take a breather, I'm going to add this to the stream and replace, and we're going to put it full screen. Now, there is a competition taking place between now and the 12th of May. It is Make Mom's Day Special, because it's Mothering Sunday on Sunday. Make Mom's Day Special with OneStream Live. If you create a short story about yourself, about your business, about your friends, about your family, and with OneStream Live, then you broadcast on Facebook or YouTube, broadcast wherever you wish. Make sure it's at the right time though. And you can use the hashtag MumsOnStream. OneStream Live will find your content and there are prizes to be won. So that is going now and runs until the 12th. OneStream Live competition, Make Mum's Day Special with OneStream Live. Use the hashtag MumsOnStream, and that's it. And you're in with a chance of winning a prize. And I've got to say that celebrating Mother's Day is very special. Celebrating with a video about your family, about your mother, about stories about you, about your travels, about anything. Basically, you can stream about anything and you can tag it with the tag that I talked about a moment ago, and you could win a prize. So if you're thinking about broadcasting, I've got some advice. Just do it. Okay, let's go back to our agenda, and I'm going to bring that on screen. Okay, and I'm going to move it over here and put my glasses on so I can see it. You're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England, broadcasting on OneStream Live, and we're talking about promotion. If you broadcast live, even at the set times that I've suggested, you're not guaranteed an audience. You are not guaranteed an audience. I mean, I know that for this show, most of the audience comes on the replay. It's just a fact. Yeah. Basically, you need to promote your broadcast. Now, promoting the broadcast, you can promote it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Threads. Threads is a thing now. That's the Facebook network, which is not Facebook. And it is doing very well, and I'm enjoying being there. It's a very positive place to be. So that's Threads. Threads is a separate network from both Instagram and Facebook. And if you're looking for somewhere to actually promote, it is a great place to promote. Now, what we do is on OneStream Live, if I go here, the graphic that you're looking at now is used within the broadcast, as I've been doing extensively. It's also used to promote the broadcast. When you're actually promoting a broadcast, you do need a graphic. And I want to say a big thank you to the graphics department at OneStream Live, who basically, visually, the impact. I mean, it says it on the tin, best times to go live. Yeah, so there's no confusion. We're talking about best times to go live. Promotion is key. If you're going to go live, let people know you're going to do it. Otherwise, nobody will turn up. Fewer people will turn up. If you promote it, starting a week before, and then 2 days before, then the day before, and then on the day, the more you promote it, the more you're actually broadcasting at the right time, then the more chance you are of getting an audience. Now, we know that we have the opportunity with live video to reach more people than a blog post or an image. And we should make the most of it by letting people know that we're going live, so that your friends know you're going live. Ask them to tell their friends, and make sure you've got a topic that people are interested in. We came to content a moment ago. Make sure you've got content that people actually want to watch. And if you've got a special show, then promote it. If you've got a guest, promote the heck out of it. Right, back to here. And we're going to go over to the agenda again. Right, when you're actually creating content for your show, do a run the show and agenda. Not only does it help keep you on track, it actually helps people, everybody. Right, now, boosting engagement. This is two ways. This one is boosting in terms of Facebook ads, which you could do. You can actually take any live broadcast which is scheduled and you can boost it. And boosting engagement, depending on the platform you're actually broadcasting, you can attract engagement. If you're on a Facebook page, if you're on a Facebook profile, if you're on YouTube, if you're on LinkedIn, you can get people to engage with you. I mean, I'm fortunate people do engage on my live broadcasts, and it's just one thing. this is something you must take away with you. Excuse me, frog in the throat. One major thing is that when you're going to broadcast consistently. If you broadcast once a month at different times, you're not going to get the results. If you broadcast once a week at a set time, you are going to get better results. Yeah. Be consistent is what I'm saying. In your live broadcasting, be consistent. Get yourself a time, get yourself a day, and go live at that time. Providing, of course, that you're not tired, ill, or just had an argument. Go live at the same time every week. That's what we do with this broadcast today. It's always at 10 a.m. Eastern on a Wednesday. So you can set your watch by it, because I'll be live on the OneStream Live YouTube channel at 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. in the UK. And that's regular. That is, so I'll be here next week. Just a note, I'll be here next week. Should have made a note of the topic, but it's going to be it's going to be entertaining, informing, and interesting. I know that, because we work as a team at OneStream, and I want to give a shout out to everybody at OneStream Live, because it is a team situation. So do promote your broadcast before you go live. And I'm just going to bring this in here and succeed. Okay, I'm going to go solo. Okay, so boost the engagement through advertising. Basically, when you're live, you can boost engagement by running competitions. You can boost engagement by encouraging people to comment. Okay, that's possible. You're in control. This is your broadcast. You can lead this broadcast any which way you want. Now, one of the beauties of live broadcasting is the fact that we do get feedback. We get feedback from Facebook, get feedback from YouTube, Instagram. Everybody's got their own feedback system. Do use the feedback. Now, in terms of using the feedback, you can go in as manager on a page on Facebook, and you can find out how many people watched, how many people commented, what the average view duration was. All that information is at your fingertips. And you've got similar information on the other networks, on LinkedIn, for example, on YouTube. Every single social media network is providing broadcasters with metrics. Now, my metric is simple. I want to do better this week than I did last week. I want to do better this week than I did last week. And that's the one thing that drives me. So use the metrics, find out basically what works, what doesn't. If you're doing A/B testing different times, compare the results, use the metrics to the full extent. Now, they're obviously different for different broadcasters, so I'm not going to take you into examples, but do use the metrics on the major platforms. Right, and next is Mums on Stream. Let's have Mums on Stream back again. Well, I take a 2-second breather and go here. There is a competition going for mums. Make Mums Day special with OneStream Live. Use the hashtag MomsOnStream and tell your stories. It doesn't have to be a long story. It can be a story about you, a story about your family. And all you need to do is tag it with Moms on Stream. OneStream will find it, OneStream Live will find it, and you may win a prize simply by broadcasting. Okay, so you are watching. I go here. You're watching The Best Time to Go Live, data revealed, and we're going to go to that data right now. So if you've been with me so far, I'd like to say thank you. And I'm going to bring back on screen the research that was done in relation to this broadcast, and we're going to go through. And if I can get that over there, I can. I'm going to put my glasses on. So I think in summary, we've taken 5 social media sites here, all of whom have their highest audiences at different times. So my advice on this is to select which network is your main network. And we all know that basically from experience. The longer you've been broadcasting, the better you know your audience, better you know where you're going to get a good reaction. Now on YouTube, and I'm going to go and look closely at this so you can see it. I will publish this afterwards. The best time to broadcast on YouTube is late afternoon and evenings between 4 and 8 p.m. Weekends, Saturday morning and evening. So those are your best times to broadcast live on YouTube. On Facebook, weekdays mid-morning 9 till 12 a.m., early afternoon 1 to 3 p.m., and weekends Sunday afternoons and evenings. So on Facebook, you can actually take Saturdays off, and those Saturdays you can actually spend on YouTube. See how it all fits together. Okay, Instagram, and you can broadcast to Instagram from OneStream. On Instagram, lunchtime, people surf Instagram whilst they're at lunch. So the best time to broadcast is between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. while people are at lunch, or when they get home in the evening between 7 and 9 p.m. That's when people are browsing, especially on a Thursday. Note that, especially on a Thursday. Now, we're going to get more traffic on Thursdays because if I say Thursday's busy, you're going to join in. So we'll get more people. Weekends on Instagram, Saturday morning and early afternoon, and Sunday evenings. So again, you could have Sunday night off and Saturday night off and most of Sunday. Twitter is I found it to be a very profitable place. I've got, okay, I'm just going to take a break for a moment. And Rich Media Group video creators, and saying it's amazing how many people watch replays. Nice to see you, Stephen. Nice to see you, Dave. Thank you for joining me live. And that's the beauty of live broadcasting, that friends drop in and say hi. So thank you for joining me. Okay, Twitter. Broadcasting on Twitter live is basically a great thing to do. Remember, though, that there is no recording. The video will just disappear. Best time on Twitter is between 11 and 1, late mornings, and in the evenings between 5 and 9. On the weekends on Twitter, Saturday morning and afternoon, these times are Eastern. Okay, my world revolves around Eastern time. Okay, I'm just going to go over here. Been remiss of me. Just let me sort something out, and hopefully this will work. I should be able to put this on autopilot. I'm just going to type something in here. Just give me a second. I should type. Right, okay, so I've typed in that, and that should come up in a second and be able to show it. Okay, so Rich Media video creators, thank you so much for actually joining live today. And we're going to come up the home straight on this card now. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a special case. It is a business network. People are on LinkedIn to sell, which means that they're equally open to being sold to. So broadcasting on LinkedIn is a commercial proposition, and people expect it. People expect you to sell on LinkedIn. They're happy to see it. LinkedIn encourage it. So if you go live on LinkedIn and you're talking about your cause, your product, your service, then people are receptive. They're receptive to people selling. Okay, so let's take myself off solo and come back here. So the best times for LinkedIn are, buses on, make sure we get this right. The best time for LinkedIn are weekdays, midweek, Tuesday through Thursday. That's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., Tuesday through Thursday. Remember, on LinkedIn on Mondays, people are working hard, and on Friday, they're looking forward to the weekend. So the best times on LinkedIn are Tuesday through to Thursday, 9 to 11 a.m., or in the early afternoons between 1 and 3 p.m. And the note at the bottom there is very important. LinkedIn is a business network, and therefore the times are midweek, not weekdays. Weekdays, if you want to go and broadcast on LinkedIn on weekdays, it won't be the biggest audience, but there will be an audience. Yeah. I mean, we can broadcast anytime we want. We can actually broadcast 24/7, but it's a lot better when we broadcast at a set time, like I do here, 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. in the UK. Okay, so we've been through, I'm just going to do a recap and bring this on screen. We have been through, I'm just going to slide this over here. Okay, we've looked at, they did the introduction way back now. We did our best times to broadcast, which I've just recapped, and I will publish the graphic later. Now, our best times to broadcast are when we are not angry, tired, or ill. That's our best times to broadcast. And we can broadcast when we want. But if we want to get the maximum audience, then the viewers have best times on the social media platforms. And what we've noticed is that the times are different on individual platforms. So decide which your target platform is, broadcast to there on point, on time, but also broadcast to the networks as well. Because if you're on OneStream Live, it simply makes sense. Get to know your audience, get to know what they like and don't like, and get to know where they are. Okay, it is, if people aren't watching you, stop broadcasting. Yeah. If people are watching you, broadcast for 10 minutes more. Okay, go where your crowd are, know your audience. Earlier in the broadcast, I said that content is king. I should have done. And getting the content right, getting the preparation right, having an agenda, actually telling a story or a series of stories and actually getting people involved is important. You can go live at the best time of day on all the networks and not get a result because your content is not good enough. And that means, and best to explain that, if you're going to produce content which people are going to consume, you need to have the following: a good you. Okay, you're the most important person in a live broadcast. You have to be in the right frame of mind to broadcast. 2, you need a camera. You need an external camera. I'm using a Nexigo, and Nexigo, based just outside Seattle, one of the best brands there are. And my friend Nick uses a Nexigo as well. Microphones. I'm using my microphone today. My external microphone is in fact the Elgato Wave 3, and I'm also using lighting. I've got to get that right. If you're going to put out a broadcast, get the right camera, the right microphone, and the right lighting. Okay, back off my hobby horse, and let's go back here and take myself off full screen. If you're broadcasting, do promote it. First of all, be consistent. Go live at a consistent time, same place, same time every week. Boost engagement. You can either take this as advertising or boosting engagement whilst you're live. In other words, just now when Dave commented, I acknowledged Dave's comment virtually straight away. It's important. Broadcasting metrics. The major platforms. Let me just bring me on screen. Let me just try and bring me on screen. I'm going to get there. All the major broadcasting platforms give sufficient metrics. We know how many people watched, how long they watched for. Some systems tell us the most engaging part of the broadcast, but we know that in our gut. We know that from the comments. We know we ourselves are the best. Well, we know what's happening. But to be able to know what the best times are, that's not, well, it's now available. And as I say, I'll post a card later. Okay, you have been watching. Just let me bring this on screen and add to stream and replace that. And I'm going to go here. Here, yeah. So you've been watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. We're talking about less time to go live. It's been my pleasure to broadcast to you today. I'm back again next week, 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. in the UK. Thank you, everybody who's watched live. If you've got this far on the replay, you're awesome. In fact, everybody's awesome, especially the team at OneStream Live. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now. That's a wrap.